Hello, today we're going to talk about developing your speech. All right, so we're going to talk about the steps to develop a speech. The first thing is, now in this class you're going to be assigned what type of speech that you're going to do, but sometimes you'll have the opportunity to choose the type on your own. So we're going to talk about what some types of speeches are. So one type of speech is informational. Now you can see the word information on there. And this type of speech is simply giving information. Basically, it's what I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to convince you to do something. I'm not telling you about a person. I am simply giving you information that I hope you can use. All right, the next kind is persuasive. Now these can be kind of fun. A persuasive speech is trying to persuade you to think or act in a certain way. And it's very specific about that. It's either trying to get you to change the way you think or change the actions that you do, okay? So you're trying to persuade someone differently, or at least your way. The next one is biographical. Now this is actually a subset of informational, but this one's very specific in that it is about people. A biography is about a person. So this is about a person. Now this can be about a situation that a person is involved in. It can be about a specific person. It's frequently done about historical figures. And then the last one is a sales pitch. Now a sales pitch is once again very similar to the persuasive, except instead of trying to get you to change the way you think or act, this is specifically trying to get you to purchase a product or a service, okay? So those are the four main types that we're going to talk about. And once you've decided what type of speech you're going to do, the very next thing you need to do when developing your speech is analyze your audience. All right, so let me write this down here. You're going to analyze your audience. Now this doesn't mean when you get up there in front of people, you're going to stand there and try to figure out something about them. This is all going to be done before your speech. So you need to ask yourself a few questions in order to prepare your speech in a way that the audience will get the most out of it. So the first question that you need to ask is, are they familiar with the topic? Or is this new information? If you're talking about something that somebody has never heard about, you're going to need to be very careful in how you explain it. You're going to need to be very thorough in giving the information. But if they're already familiar with the topic, then you can go a little deeper and you don't need to necessarily give all of the basic information about it if they're already going to be familiar with it. Another question you need to ask is, are there many or few? Now that sounds kind of funny, but are you talking to a large audience or are you talking to a smaller group? If you're talking to a large audience, you will need to keep your words much slower. You'll need to exaggerate your movements more, but you'll also need to explain more. If there are many people, they are less likely to have a lot of information. Some people may, but you want to make sure that you're speaking to everyone. So you're going to need to include more of the basic information than if you're just speaking to a few people. This could be like in a business meeting where you're talking to just a small group of people. And so if there's fewer of them, you're going to be more aware of what information they do and do not know. So when you know your audience, whether there's many or few, that's going to help you plan what to write. And then also, where will you address them? Will you have an opportunity to use visual aids? If you're going to be outside, you may not have a whiteboard like this to write on. You may not have a chalkboard or access to electronic things for, say, a PowerPoint presentation. But if you are in a school, then you might have access to all of these. So where you're going to address them is going to help you plan what information you're going to give them.